Alright, welcome back, Maniacs. Today we're going to be taking a look-see at the Vaperz Cloud Valhalla, which I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. Fuck, I'm not Nordic, so hell would I know. We're going to bypass the whole packaging it came in. Suffice it to say, it came into some packaging. Yeah, okay. It's round. Cool. Alright, so let's go ahead. What we're going to do today is we're going to take a look-see at the device itself, all the ins and outs of it. Then we're going to put a build on it, we're going to cotton it up, and we're going to vape on it, and we're going to give you some impressions. All in all, just, kind of spoiler alert, it is a damn good RDA. It's weird how good it is for the size of it. However, that being said, there are a few little things about it that kind of annoy me. It does, and that's just me. You could find it to be absolutely positively fan-fucking-tastic. So, without further ado, let's dive into this. So what we've got here is this thing's going to come with two of these. One of them shorter. You see where that little line is on there? That's about how tall the other one is. If you take that up, it's pretty short. I don't much care for my lips being that close to it because it gets a little on the warm side to me. So it is what it is. We have an O-ring in here. That's what compression fit or whatnot. This is a proprietary size. You may probably can find another size, another RD that fits it, but on this one, it is what it is. Let's go here. We'll look at the engraving, Valhalla. The engraving is, let's be honest here, it's spectacular. Whoever is doing Vaperz Cloud's engraving, they need a raise because they are coming up with some really cool stuff and really well done. I mean, kind of look at that. I mean, that thing is just clean. All right. We've got this little line around the top here for looks. Does nothing else. I guess you can grab it or whatnot. We have a bunch of these Buddha style airflow holes. Actually, mini Buddha if I'm not mistaken. There's a fuck ton of them. One on each side. We'll get back to those in a little bit. The inside of it, the machining on this is, you cannot feel any ridges on the inside of there. This is smooth, clean all the way around. Inside we have a little bit of domage, which does help it with its flavor. So I think that's just about everything you could possibly look at. There's no engraving or anything on this side. So we'll put that to the side. We'll come back here. Here our deck. So I got Vaperz Cloud engraved, got a little saying engraved on there, got a copper pin, which is weird because Vaperz Cloud usually does like a silver plated or something like that. It's very rare to see straight up copper. It does protrude out, as you can see, so if you can find a hybrid device that'll support a 38 millimeter freaking RDA, knock yourself out. We have our negative post screws, okay, 2 O-rings, very snug, very secure. Then we come up here. If you look down in here, there's your number. I've got 1839. So that's where your serial number is going to be. It ain't going to be down there. And so it's taking a look-see at it here. You can see the split between your positive and your negative. So these two are your positive. These two are your negative. Looking at flathead screws. You can change those out. They do come with grub screws. Let's see, you got your airflow holes right there, which correspond with that thing. And if we take a look, see it there, you can kind of see what it is it's kind of beveled in. Let me get something to point here. As you can see, it's kind of beveled in right here. So it's not all completely, open, and it's rounded off. So this thing has very smooth airflow. It's very smooth. Let's see here. Anything else? Okay, so this is a weird one to build on. This is a unique design that I've never seen before. It's a 4-post that's actually 4 posts instead of 3 posts, or with 2 holes in it or whatnot. So each one of your coils is going to go on this side, preferably, well, knock that over, preferably right in front of these freaking air holes right here. And these little 3 here. So now, while we're here looking at this, I kind of want you to look how big those holes are. Okay, I mean, and it goes all the way through. I mean, I don't think, yeah, you can kind of see how it goes up in there. There is a lot of opening there. Okay. Oh yeah, your leads, you can get big ass flat stuff, and these things clamp down amazingly well. So you can put all kinds of stupid ass builds in there and you will be fine. If you're building something bigger than that hole, reconsider your life options. Just reconsider. All right, so let's go ahead. Now I'm going to try to do, let's take a vape here real quick. Okay. Huh, that was a little fucking dry. We'll add a little bit of juice to that. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do this all on camera. I don't know how successful I'm going to be. I may have to pull it back from time to time, but delightful. So for this project, you will need a flathead and some fucking coils, and here's my rod just in case I need it. So the first thing that you're going to have to reconcile yourself with is getting this first coil in is dead easy. Okay, these I've already had these mounted. I took them out for the purposes of this video. So as you can see here, we got them like that, and because they're already cut to where I want them, what we're going to do is just screw those fucking leads down. I'll pull it away here, make sure I got my lead where I want it. Okay. And then we'll screw this one down. Wow, mad kudos to people who do this on camera. This is actually harder than what you think it is. Alright, so ratchet these bad boys down nice and tight. And I mean, it makes a solid connection. I mean, very well done. Okay, so we've got our first coil. I'm going to go ahead and take my rod here, and I'm going to go ahead and center this up just a bit, right over that hole. So I'm going to look at it through the camera with you. So this is kind of the way I've been running it. So you've got these air holes here are going around the top, and then the big one down there is coming up from the bottom going around the other direction. Alright, so, and this is, if I'm not mistaken, 24 gauge clapped in with 36 gauge around a 6mm bit. Alright, now here's where it gets interesting. This second coil. This reminds me of the old days when you had to bend your leads and make a little U, because when you've got this coil right here, you kind of see that? You can't really go back any further. So you kind of got to come in from the top, which is, this is going to be a bitch on camera. There we go. So you kind of got to come up and in. So you don't have a whole lot of room to work with there. You know what I mean? So we're going to get those leads trapped down. I'm looking over the top of the camera because trying to do that with the camera, it's like a really weird kind of Inception type shit. Alright, and we'll screw these down. So, I'll go ahead and ratchet that down nice and tight. Alright, then I'll come in here and center this off, like so. Alright, so there we go. Alright, center them together, like so. Alright, so there's what our build looks like. So you've got your coil right over the top of that big airflow with the little airflow. Okay, that's just optical illusion. I was seeing 3 holes in there, but okay. So there we go. So there's how it is to build on it. Like I said, that second one, the first coil's dead easy to get in. The second one, you've got to be a little bit, you got to work with it a little bit. It reminds me of old school ones where the holes were underneath the lip of the deck and you had to put the curve to them. So that's what that reminds me of. So what we'll do is we'll give this a little bit of a test fire. I never test fire on a series or para-series or anything. I always test fire on a regulated device, because I've noticed that when you're trying to pulse your coils or whatnot on a series, it just gets way too hot way too fucking quick. And I've snapped more legs. Alright, so looks like we're heating up kind of nice and even there. Take that there. Okay, so looks good. I'm happy with that, and my coils are relatively level. This one's a little higher. Bring it down just a shade. Okay, there we go. All right, so there we go. We got our build. Yeah, that one's not firing as quick because I just messed with it. Alright, there we go. Alright, happy with that. So we'll take this off of here. Oh, and it's coming in at like 0.39. Okay, put that to the side. All right, we'll let these coils cool off just a little bit. I've already pre-done up some cotton, and make sure I get them the right way. The beautiful thing about this device is your juice well. Absolutely stunning. Let me get some of this crap up out of here, because I don't think we're going to be needing this stuff anymore. All right, we'll be needing that and that. All right, so because you have such a massive juice well, you can just stuff this damn thing full of cotton. I mean, as a matter of fact, I'll snip the ends a little bit. But there is so much room down there, you can just dump and dump and dump juice down in there. It's just freaking fantastic. Shit. And I did it backwards. Okay, that's all good. We'll just work with it. That's what I get for trying to do it upside down and on camera. All right, so close enough. So I'm gonna fluff the hell out of these things. All right. I'll take, just going to snip a little bit off the ends just to level them out just a bit. There we go. And then just a simple matter of, and this is beautiful. I've never done this before on an RDA, so this is too cool. Both of them, tuck them. Painfully easy. Painfully easy. Both and tuck, and boom, that quick. I mean, that is awesome. And then I just like to press them down a little bit, make sure they're touching the bottom. All right, so that's what we look like, all built up, all wicked up. Right now I'm going to pause the video and put some juice on it and get it broke in a little bit, and then we're going to come back and talk about it some more, because there's two things about this that they're not negatives, they're not cons, I don't think. I'll leave that up to you to decide. But we'll talk about it here in just a little bit. Okay, and we're back. We're all juiced up, ready to go. I've already fired it off on my regulated, just kind of get the juice to come in. So we're going to bring in this bad boy. All right, I'm going to take one more hit of this before we switch over to the Hammer of God. All right, so if any of you seen the last video, Hammer of God, awesome box. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. I did not take it down or take it all the way apart. I noticed some people have taken it all the way apart and stuff, which is very helpful. Thank you very much to those people. Kind of gave me a little bit more understanding of what's going on the inside. I still stand by the button is very difficult to push to make full connection. Other things I've heard from people or other is it doesn't really sit flush, and I've switched the doors, and if I switch the doors it's even worse. So I'm happy enough where it's at, but that is annoying as shit. Ended up getting some Amp King batteries. I'm actually rather impressed with these batteries. I'm getting nice long life. I'm getting plenty of punch. I do like these batteries. Was there anything else I wanted to say about this thing? I don't think so. Oh, getting these batteries out for your wrap to make sure you don't destroy your wrap up there. I mean, it's dead simple. Just push down. And when you go to take them out, push down. I mean, it's not that hard. You're not going to destroy your battery wraps if you do it like that. All right, so let's go on, and I think I'm going to have to tilt this up just a little bit for you to be able to see. Don't mind my background here. All right, so the first con, or I don't know, con or not, something I find interesting. The Hammer of God and Valhalla were released very close to each other. This is, I believe, designed to go on top of this mod. Designed. Not, okay, well, here's a mod that'll fit it. It was designed to go with this mod. Now, that little 510 pin is screwed all the way down. Matter of fact, I'll just go in here and double check and make sure. You know, doing this, yeah, okay, she's all the way down as tight as she goes, right? So we're going to screw this bad boy on. And that is ratcheted down tight. Let's see if I can get to it here. I may have to move this and get, there we go. Ta-da! It doesn't sit flush. You see light. Light! Alright. So that, to me, is confusing as fuck. I do not understand why in the hell you would design an RDA to go on top of a mod and not have it sit freaking flush. I mean, if you look at this 510, I'm going to have to do this upside down or right side up, because that is a very, very long 510. I mean, very long. Now, when I put it on this one, because it's spring loaded, it sits flush, but yeah, that's something I just do not get whatsoever, is how, if you're designing a RDA to go on top of a particular mech mod, that it doesn't fit flush. Now, there may be a reason I'm unaware of why it's like that, but I can't figure it. I truly can't. So anyway, let's go on to now. Hello. I'm going to pause just a minute. Sorry about that. Problem of, or byproduct of doing this while you're at work, I guess. So, anywho, so going back, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put just a little bit more juice on here. Fire off. All right, then with this, These O-rings are nice and tight, so you'll just want to put a little bead of juice around it. Line up your air holes to go directly over in front of the other holes, and boom. Cooking with gas. So what I'm going to attempt to do now is flip the camera around. I don't know how well this is going to work. And we're going to vape on it, and we're going to talk about the other issue, or not issue, but the other thing about it that's really kind of got me excited and confused and all kinds of stuff. So let's try this. Okay, it's not going to let me do it, so hold on. All right, so we're back. So let's talk a little bit more on how this hits. The flavor on it, spectacular. Unbelievable flavor for the size of the RDA. Remember, it's a 38 millimeter. Let's take a hit. It chucks. It chucks like nobody's business, okay? Here's the weird part about this. It is restrictive. This is not wide open. This is not clouds below clouds. This is, for as big as it is very restrictive, to the point where I don't understand how it's so freaking restrictive. It could have something to do with the way that the coils, as you saw, were so close in there, restricting the airflow. I haven't gotten around to putting a second build in here yet, but I'm going to test that theory. Those are 6 millimeter coils on the inside. I'm going to put like some 4 in there and see if that improves the airflow or whatnot. But it is, for as big as this is, I can't even really explain it to you. It's restrictive. It's not a wide open super lung hit, but that's, I think, one of the things that keeps this having great flavor. That and the dome top, that's just fantastic. Dense vapor out of it, and great flavor. Well, hope you liked the video. I think that's about all I've really got to say on this thing. If you like big RDAs and you've always thought, man, big RDA, I can't get good flavor off of it. I can't. This is the one that beats that. It beats it. But once again, it's not a wide open, airy draw. It's very smooth, but restricted. So keep that in mind if you're going out and get you one of these. They're not too terrible priced for what they are. Somewhere around 90 to 100 bucks, I guess, somewhere in that vicinity. There you go, Valhalla, or Valhalla. There we go, from Vaperz Cloud. Thanks for watching.